In the middle of the pandemic in 2020, I took off on an adventure of my lifetime. For the next 5 months, I traveled across America, from Tennessee to Sedona to Oregon, then to Florida to New England. I had seen so many beautiful and different places. So, what does 2021 hold for me next? So, why don't you just stick around and take some more adventures with me to the Deep South, like Alabama, Georgia, the Carolinas, and Tennessee, to find out. Taking you along for the ride. I just woke up about an hour ago. Saw the sunrise again. Now I'm just heading down the beach on A1A like I've been doing. See how far it takes me. I think I'm going to be able to get to Port Canaveral, or Cape Canaveral, excuse me. And then probably back up this way, because it doesn't look like on the map I can get back to the mainland that way, which is fine. It's not a big deal. It's more of the drive for me and checking out the beaches that I've never been to before. I stayed in New Smyrna Beach last night in a hotel parking lot. Not too bad. It was actually really nice. Didn't get cold at all. It was very lovely for that. And I don't know what I'm doing yet today. I have an idea, but I'm not sure if it will even get to that point, so I'm not going to say it. If I don't do that today, it's going to be probably on the way home. So I came down this way on A1A until I couldn't go any further. That's why I decided to go down this way, because that's what happened to me last night with Ponce Inland, with the lighthouse. And I was like, okay, I'm going to check this out. I've never been down this part of Florida. So this is why I'm even exploring my own state. And I'm loving it. This is absolutely breathtaking here. It's gorgeous. And I got up at sunrise this morning, right? And the visitor center here doesn't open till 9, and it's not even 8:30. This is why I don't get up too early. Plus it is Sunday, so I'm surprised they're even open that early on a Sunday. But this is why I don't do too early. Anyway, but this is absolutely gorgeous. Breathtaking here. And the beach is right behind me. I mean, this literally, you can come down this way, and if there was a shuttle going taken off or whatever, you'd be able to see it. That's how clear it is. Because Port Canaveral is that way. Okay, not Port Canaveral. Why do I keep saying that? Cape Canaveral. Port Canaveral is a whole different thing for cruises. But, wow. I'm so glad I do this and explore. There's so much of my own state I haven't even touched on. And I'll be doing that a lot in the next couple of months. Beautiful. Oh, and this is a national park. Again, didn't know. Because she told me how much the fees to get in. And normally if it's a state park, it's only a few dollars. Like $4 is where I'm running into here. And I'm like, oh, okay. I guess I would have done the $4 today, honestly. Because it looked beautiful on the map. So I was like, all right, let's try this. But she was saying it was $20. I'm like, no, sorry, not happening. And then she started going through her spiel, and she said something about National Park Pass. And I'm like, I got one of those. Thank God I got one of those. Because I literally was about to turn around and say it's not worth the pictures and whatnot. Now I just be here for a couple hours exploring the area, because I had no idea. So if you have a National Park Pass, look it up, people. I'm going to have to go look it up online, because she was telling me there's a few that they're not known. They're not of the 62, or if they are, they're very, like the one that I went in Idaho with my parents, the Craters of the Moon. Did you know that was a national park? Because that was cool as shit. Probably one of the coolest things I've seen. Had no idea. But that's what I'm saying. Stuff like this. I mean, she was giving me a list of things like, BLM stuff and all this other stuff, and fishing and wildlife stuff that my past can get me through and bypass those fees. So I was like, cool. So I'm gonna look that up, like for real, look that up and see what else I can go explore, because I don't mind national parks, obviously, because I actually want to see them, but there's stuff like this that is, well, for one, not crowded at all. So it's not a tourist trap at all. I love it. And because of that, it's very well preserved, Those are my favorites, is to preserve the natural nature here, I mean, that's what national parks are supposed to do, obviously, and that's why we do what we do. But unfortunately, and you know how this goes, humanity steps in and has to bother everything that does not need to be bothered. No matter where I'm at, there's trash everywhere. That pisses me off more than anything. I'm going to start carrying a Walmart bag with me and picking up trash as I go along. Because even the state parks, I'm like, seriously, people, pack out trash. How hard is that for you? Even if you have kids and they don't know better, still, pack it out. For real. It really pisses me off. And you know what? I never was like that before. I mean, I never really, littered or anything. It pissed me off when my ex-husband used to do it out the window. It really did. Like, ask him. He would get an earful from me. But it was just, I knew it was wrong. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, why? Wasn't caring about the environment or anything like that. That's just recent in the last couple of years. Even my son went into the environment club back in high school for like 3 or 4 years. And none of that really like cared. I didn't care for it. As, you know what I'm saying? Now it's a different story. It's like, well, I mean, what are we leaving behind for future kids and grandkids and whatnot? You know what I'm saying? And especially after I've seen the destruction the last couple of years, just the wildfires and stuff like that around the world. Just what are we leaving behind, people? I mean, that's a whole new video, but seriously, I never was like that until recently, and that's okay. Sometimes you may have to wake up to different things, you know what I mean? I'd never liked just littering. That's to me, it's like, And the thing is, I feel guilty all these years of littering when I did my cigarettes. Now that I'm not a smoker, almost 2 years in March, now that I'm not a smoker, that bugs me when I see butts everywhere. And I'm like, I used to do that. Karma. And that bugs me a lot. That bugs me a lot. Believe me, I feel guilty over that. Even little things like that. I'm like, how many cigarette butts of mine is out there? You know what I mean? So yeah. Your perspective changes sometimes, even through, time and age. And I guess mine has. And nothing wrong with that, because look where I'm at. And because of that, I am able to enjoy this beautiful nature around me. Anyway, I'm going to go enjoy some more beautiful nature. I may tag you along with me today. You ready? Let's go. story time. Okay, I have to laugh because this is unusual for me, okay? Because I could care less one way or the other. I really could. But for me, this is definitely going out of my comfort zone, okay? Just stating that fact right now, okay? So I'm over here near Nassau, Port Canaveral in Florida. Yeah, I'm over in that area. But there is a national park over here, which I didn't know about. It's called Merritt Island. So I'm here just kind of hanging out, wanted to see nature and the beach and everything like that, right? Well, they have this one section over here on this beach, down by the end of the beach, basically, that is a nude beach. I've never been at a nude beach. And honestly, not impressed. Not even a little bit. It was okay. It was literally, seriously, by accident. I'm not even kidding you when I say that, because I was just assuming, you know, it was a beach, no big deal. So I'm coming down here. So pre-warning you on this one, it's a nude beach, but not the whole entire island, just from 12 on. No, 11 on, I think. 11 on, okay? And there's 13 areas to park, okay? Because I went by every single one. I wanted it all the way at the end because the road ended. So of course, I just wanted to see, because we're literally on an island. And it's really beautiful out here. No shit. It is beautiful as hell out here, okay? And of course, the Atlantic side is awesome. I mean, I always love the Atlantic side, so. But anyway, here's the kicker for me. Here's the story. So I didn't even realize it until I got up to where it says you may see nudes or something like that. There's a sign that gives you a pre-warning. One way early on, and I didn't see it because I saw like just like blurred vision. I didn't read it, you know, one of those. And then I got up to like the parking lots 11, 12, and 13. Oh, yeah, 13. And they were visibly there, and I was like, oh, okay, well, maybe there'd be a stray person here or there, right? That's what I was thinking. Probably about 90% was nude. So not used to seeing that. Well, I shouldn't say that. I am used to seeing that, because being in health field pretty much most of my adult life, I've seen it all, okay? That's why it doesn't impress me, honestly. And most of them were older people, like the retirement age, and well, there was some 30s and 40s in there, I guess. It's a mixed crowd. But again, the human body does not bother me by any chance, so don't get me wrong on there. Believe me, being in the health field, I've seen it all, like legit. It took me a minute to warm up to the idea, because I was sitting there probably about an hour. And my eyes don't go directly downstairs, okay? Even upstairs for women or whatever, but none of that actually bothered me. Again, being in health field, so I've seen it all. So, but anyway, here's the story. That's what I was trying to get to, and then I said that. I'm walking up the walkway to get into the beach, and I knew it was the beach. Again, just thought it was a stray one person here or there, right? And this guy, he's like, oh, you're on for a venture. And I'm like, yeah, why not? I'm thinking, how does he know I'm on for a venture? Because this is what I do. And I'm like, okay. So he just started talking to me, and I'm like, oh, okay. And then as we're going down to the beach, that's when I realized, oh, this is the nude side of the beach. He's like, yeah, I guess you didn't know. And I'm like, no, I really didn't. He's like, you okay with it? I'm like, yeah, it's whatever. It's a human body, you know? Meanwhile, I'm like, what the fuck did I just walk into?
No, I am not embarrassed. I'm just not confident with me and my body. Not yet, anyway. So I said maybe one day down the road. But I would not do that personally. When I'm older, maybe I won't give a shit. But it's not even for picking up people there, because that's not what people were doing. Seriously, there was a bunch of couples there. Like the first half of the beach that we were walking down to, it was mostly couples. And then the other half, apparently, from where we sat for a while, because I sat with this dude for a while. He was actually pretty cool. But the other half, because he was telling me about this, because apparently this is not his first time. And he was telling me the other part is like where the gays live are. And I was like, oh. He's like, yeah. When they come up to me, I'm like, mm-mm. And I'm like, okay. So I don't know what you call it. I'm not even going to label it, because he could be just not for him kind of thing. Whatever. But so apparently, I guess some guys have tried picking him up. And he's like, I don't go that way. So, okay. I'm like, okay. I don't know if I really believe him, to be honest with you. He seems like he's a storyteller. So I'm not even sure about that even. I don't know. There was a lot of people that were there also clothed and maybe curious, you know. Obviously, I'm one of them. But it wasn't more out of curiosity. I just stumbled up by accident. But I'm just saying, it was not something it was on my to-do list today. That's all I was trying to say. And to me, I actually took it very well, considering, I mean, like I said, I stumbled across it, wasn't sure if I was going to stay. And the guy and I was just sitting there talking, and as we're just walking, and I'm like, okay, I'll sit and talk with him for like a minute. I ended up talking for like an hour. Like I said, he's a pretty cool guy. It was not something I thought of that I was gonna do today. It was not on my bucket list. As he says, he's like, oh, is this like on your bucket list? I'm like, no. All right, I just wanted to tell you a little story time. That's all. I hope you enjoyed it. And if not, oh well, it's not your cup of tea either. I get it. I just went out of my comfort zone today. That's all. I'm proud of myself for that much. Because I could have easily just said, oh, this is what kind of beach it is, and walked away. And I didn't. And I sat there and talked with this guy for an hour. And yes, he was nude. But I wasn't even paying attention. My eyes did not go below the belt, because he was a cool dude. I mean, he probably would have been like, oh, okay. And he even said it to me, too, in the middle of it. He's like, well, you seem like you're okay with it. And I'm like, well, I mean, you're human, just like me. Does not mean that I would sit there in the nude right now. Not today, anyway. Again, maybe a future time. Not today. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's just, you know, something different for me today. And the reason why I laugh is because this was not something that I was planning on doing today. It literally just stumbled across it. I may feel better next time I stumble across something like this again. I mean, seriously. It's a human body. We all have them. You know? Anyway, enough of my babbling. I hope you guys enjoy it. Mwah. I love you guys. Until the next video, keep on shining. See, they do have it, and it's right before you hit Boardwalk 1. 1 is closed because it looks like they're redoing the boardwalk, but all the other ones are open that I've seen. So yeah, they have it as a warning. So you see it now, and you see it right around border 11 or 12 is when I just saw that one. So pre-warning, so you know. I spent Christmas 2020 with my family. Still under the pandemic, I decided to stay a while, but still took some mini trips around my home state. In the summer, I decided to get a job since I'll be here for a while. I met some new friends and hung out with some old ones. I changed my hairstyle quite a bit. I liked it getting shorter and shorter. I even went to my high school reunion, but I missed my family greatly. I needed some much needed bonding time with them. We did so many family gatherings and holidays, and I didn't realize how much I really missed it. It's been almost 2 years now, and I'm loving it.
I have a new appreciation for my home state and fell in love with it again. But I am still going traveling every chance I get.